I think this is my third or fourth presentation here. In the first year I stood up and I had an empty beer bottle in my hand. And so I sort of carried on the tradition, but we have new sponsors this year. So here we go, Coca-Cola. I'm not going to show any data in this presentation. I tried that last year and I don't think it worked very well. So what I'm hoping to tell you is why clients work with PRA. And I'm going to start by telling you that from a bioanalytical perspective, PRA performs pharmacokinetic, pharmacodynamic sample analysis. We have labs in the US, Europe. We have LCMSs 24, 5 or 6. All the toys, all the tools in the toolboxes. We're probably going to run 250,000 samples this year, 1,000 validated methods, do pharma analysis, do isotope analysis. The FDA visits us roughly twice a year in the Netherlands and once a year in the US. So what PRA does is drug development from phase 1 all the way through phase 4, and the role of the bioanalytical lab is to support a lot of those studies. So far, not a lot of differentiation. Probably 5 or 6 CROs could stand up, tell you the same thing. What you need to do is to look under the covers. And if you look at the actual studies, the actual clinical studies that are run in all of these different phases, you'll find that there's a lot of differences. And there's a lot of opportunity for the bioanalytical lab to interface with clinical in a lot of different ways to improve the process. So if we go to the next slide, what we've done is to transform ways that clinical trials are being run, and we do that in several different ways. The first way is to run integrated clinical designs, so-called umbrella protocols. We probably do about 10 or 12 of those a year in Europe and 2 or 3 in the US. The second thing we've done is we've started up clinics in Central Eastern Europe, and we can recruit patients. If you think about some of these phase 3 global trials where you're trying to ship samples from all over the world, if you can confine some patients in a clinic, you can do far more accurate PK/PD studies as a satellite study to the whole thing and actually reduce cost. We do integrate the lab and clinical services. And the other thing that we've done is we have GMP on-site manufacturing, which allows us to make the clinical dose, and you're not waiting for a CMC manufacturer to supply that. So if we put all these together, our clients typically use one of these. Some clients use all 3. But at the heart of all of these transformational benefits is the fact that our lab works very closely with our clinics. And just on the last slide, or next to last slide, several benefits and several things that the lab does in terms of fast turnaround times. We're doing a lot more translational biomarker models now, some of which involve radio labeling. And our clinical and lab PMs are very good at anticipating each other's needs. So the communication within PRA and with our clients is excellent. So finally, I realized that I had global in my title, and I hadn't said anything about global. So here's the perspective on PRA, 10,000 employees across 6 continents. At any particular day, I can get emails and calls from a variety of different places. So thanks very much.
Thank you, Roger.